Hey, I'm Johnny. How much time alone do INFJs and INFPs really need? We're going to talk about that in today's video. Also, we're going to talk about which of the two personality types need the most time alone and why. Stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So I want to know from you guys in the comments, how much time do you need alone? And I'd like to know minimum and optimal. Okay, let me know in the comments. So INFJs and INFPs both need a lot of time alone. I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I need a bare minimum in the morning of 2 hours a day. And I would prefer, I would say more like 6 to 8 hours of absolute, complete, and total unadulterated solitude and silence. But I still need more time alone. Now, let's talk about why this happens, and then I'm going to share with you guys in this quick video which of these two types I think needs the most time alone and why. INFJs and INFPs are both intuitives. The INFP is a dominant feeler. They have dominant introverted feeling. The INFJ is a dominant intuitive. We use dominant introverted intuition. Both types are still intuitives, though. An intuitive is any personality that has either introverted or extroverted intuition in either their dominant or auxiliary slot, okay? So INFPs still have extroverted intuition and it's auxiliary, so it's still pretty strong, and they are intuitives. INFJs, we have that first slot introverted intuition. We are dominant intuitives. Now, I think, and let me know in the comments what you guys think about this, but I think just by virtue of the fact that we are intuitives, we need more time alone than introverts who are using a sensory learning style. That is just my opinion. You know, if you look at like ENFPs and ENTPs, they are both dominant intuitives, and they are said oftentimes to be the most introverted of the extroverted personality types. I think that intuition uses a lot of processing power, and I think that when you're constantly coming up with ideas, possibilities, you're always in your head, like for INFJs, we often get stuck in the NITI loop. All of that creativity and that using of the imagination and the theorizing and the speculating and the ruminating and sometimes even the catastrophizing, which I don't know if that's always associated with intuition or not. It can be at times, right? All of this in our head in the clouds, constantly, thinking and brewing on things. Because intuition and sensing are opposed to each other, I think a lot of times what happens is intuitives, we don't get the privacy and the alone time that we need because we're always stuck in the sensory environment. We're focused on things we can see, hear, feel, taste, and touch because we have to be, because we live in the real world. But if we had it our way, if we had preference, we would spend more time, withdrawing and in abstraction and in possibility. And that takes a lot of energy for us to do it, number one. And number two, I think that we are introverts. We intentionally and deliberately seek out privacy and alone time so that our intuition can be cultivated and fostered. In addition to that, you have the layer that is added for INFJs and INFPs, and that is that we feel misunderstood, we are misunderstood, and not a lot of people are necessarily interested in talking about some of the things that we like to talk about, like aliens and conspiracy theories, even if we don't believe in them, right? These kind of things. And I think that this causes INFJs and INFPs to withdraw and to retreat into their shell. All right, so which of the two types are more introverted? Which of the two personality types require more time alone? Well, I am going to take a wild guess, and I'm going to say that I suspect that it is actually INFPs that need more time alone than INFJs, and here's the reason why. So INFJs, we are dominant intuitives. However, we have auxiliary extroverted feeling, which is about other people, other people's feelings, other people's moods, emotions, etc. And INFJs tend to be social chameleons. We can blend into an environment A lot of times we're mistaken for extroverts. And I think that that extroverted feeling is always calling on us to spend some time out or around other people on occasion, not too much, right? Because what happens when the INFJ goes out and spends time with other people is we end up getting very quickly drained. We are true introverts. And a lot of times INFJs can absorb emotions from other people. We're really sensitive to that. And that causes us to, there's always this push-pull. Our introverted intuition, our introverted thinking makes us want to be alone, makes us want to spend time alone. But our extroverted feeling makes us want to get around other people. The extroverted sensing makes us want to, do things, take action in the present moment. And so for us, there's this push-pull. But I think INFPs having dominant introverted feeling and being true introverts, right? They're going to want to spend a lot of time alone like INFJs, but they have extroverted intuition as their auxiliary cognitive function, which is more about imagination, possibilities. And so I think an INFP can find things to do at home easier and can get lost in their own world and daydreaming and fantasies and all this kind of stuff. They can do that and be comfortable there with that tertiary introverted sensing that they have, right? And they can stay in that place for a longer period of time. But even there it's a push-pull because INFPs, they are perceivers, so they are spontaneous. They like to do crazy stuff and be unpredictable and all that sort of thing. Not that INFJs can't be that way, but sometimes you'll see an INFP that they'll spend so much time alone that they suddenly have that urge or that need to go on an adventure and suddenly start exploring or something like that, and then you'll see them come out of their shell. Anyway, you guys, that's my take on this. I want to know from you guys in the comments what's the minimum amount of time you need alone, and what is the optimum amount of time that you wish you could have alone every day. And then also, of the two personality types, which do you think is the most introverted and why? Thank you for tuning in today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you in the next video. Take care.